Welcome to the Alorium Technology OpenEvo Quickstart workshop. I'm Steve Phillips, Master Craftsman and Lead Designer for the FPGA on the Evo M51. Today we're going to go over prerequisites for this workshop. Then we're going to see how we install the OpenEvo libraries. And then we will build in Quartus a design for loading onto the FPGA. And finally we're going to write that design, that Evo Image, onto the FPGA. The prerequisites for today's workshop start with already having gone through the Quick Start guide for the Evo M51. This will ensure that you have a board that works with your computer and that you're able to load at least simple sketches onto the M51 and run it. We're going to need the Arduino IDE installed, and we're also going to need the Intel Quartus Lite Edition version 17.1. A link for that can be found here, or you can just search on Google for Intel Quartus Lite 17.1. There are newer versions of Quartus, but our IP blocks are compiled for 17.1, so it's probably easier if you stay with that version when you're grabbing the Quartus tool. You're also going to need your M51 board and a USB cable. First, we're going to install the OpenEvo libraries by going into the Arduino IDE and going to Sketch, Include Library, and then Manage Libraries, which will bring up a new window. And then we're going to go in there and search for Alorium, which will narrow it down to just the Alorium specific libraries, and we can install the Evo BSP and the Evo Build template libraries. Once we've got those installed, we're going to go to the Finder and actually navigate to where those libraries are installed in Documents, Arduino Libraries. And then we're going to create a copy of Evo Build template and call that copy Evo Build. Now we need that specific name because some of our scripts use that name in their relative paths that they're using inside of them. Once we've got that copy called Evo Build, we're going to navigate down into it to the Extras Quartus directory and double-click on the evo.qpf file or project file. This will launch the Quartus tool and load the project file into it. Once that project file is loaded, we can start the compilation process. Once we have that image built, we can load it onto the FPGA by running the Evo flash load script. We'll do this by opening up a Tickle console in the GUI and then running this flashload.tickle script in that. We can also do that outside of the Quartus GUI. On Windows and Linux, we can execute the Quartus_sh command at a terminal and pass it the name of the script. In Mac and Linux, we can just use the tickle_sh command that's built into the OS to run that script. So now that we've seen what we're going to do, let's go ahead and run through it. So I'm going to skip out of my presentation at this point. We're going to go to our Arduino GUI to start out with. And we're going to go to Sketch, Include Library, Manage Libraries. That's going to bring up the library manager. It's going to download any updates that are pending for the libraries. That takes a minute or so. Once that's complete, we'll type in our search box, Alorium, and that'll narrow down our search results here so we can just see the Alorium supplied libraries. We can see we have an Evo BSP and an Evo Build template. Now I already have these installed, but you'll see an install button over here on the right for each of those. So go ahead and click on those install buttons. Once the libraries are installed, we can close out the library manager. Now that we have those libraries installed, we can bring up the file manager and go to Documents, Arduino, Libraries. Here you can see all the libraries installed. I have a lot of Accelerate libraries, but also we have our Evo BSP and Evo Build template libraries in place. What we want to do first is take the Evo Build template, copy that, and then paste a copy. Here it is. Now we want to rename that to just Evo or Evo build. Going into that directory, we go to extras and then Quartus. And what we want to do is double click on the evo.qpf file, the project file. That's going to bring up the Quartus tool and load the project file. Loading that takes a few minutes. Once that's loaded, we can go ahead and start the compilation process. Go to Processing, Start Compilation. This is going to start the compilation process. This takes 5 minutes or so, depending upon how powerful your computer is. So let's just let that run now and come back when it's finished. And our compilation is complete with 0 errors. Next, we need to load that image we've just built onto the FPGA of the Evo M51. To do that, we're going to bring up our Tickle console by going to View, Utility Windows, Tickle console. You can see that open up a new panel in our GUI. Let's just make that bigger if we can. And then in our Tickle console, we'll want to source the Evo flash load .tickle. That's going to run the script. It brings up a command window on Windows, which we don't really need, so we'll just move that to the side, and then the script will run. You may hear some noises or beeps coming from Windows as it's going through and searching all the USB ports, finding the Evo M51, and then resetting it so that we can start the sketch that loads our data across to the FPGA. We can see here that it has started loading the A pages, as we call them, and we'll see that increment through as it goes all the way up to 2944. Those sound indicate that the image has been loaded, and now the sketch is being run to get info from the FPGA. We can see here the output from the get info sketch indicating that our new image has been loaded. That concludes our workshop for today. The next workshop in this series would be the OpenEvo methodology workshop. That's another video that's available on our YouTube channel. You can get more information about our products by going to aloriumtech.com. You can see our YouTube channel at Alorium Tech on YouTube, where Jason has uploaded many great videos. And if you need any technical help, please contact us with our email address, support@aloriumtech.com. Thanks for joining us today, and I hope you're having a great time with your Evo M51 board.